I want to say a big welcome to this edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. Good morning once again. We are right here in Ogba, Lagos, to get people talking on topical issues as it concerns them. I have my committed analysts here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines, and also I would like to say a big welcome to those that are online that have been with us, that have subscribed to Flip TV. A big welcome for being part of the program. We appreciate your patronage, commitment. Okay, I have with me the Nation newspaper, and also have the Nigerian Tribune. What do we have on the Nigerian Tribune this morning? Or your APC crisis deepens as stakeholders reject Amodewo as chairman. Or your APC crisis deepens as stakeholders reject Amodewo as chairman. DPO soldier killed as gunmen attack Katsina community. DPO soldier killed as gunmen attack Katsina community. Gunmen in army uniform kill petrol station owner in Ogun State. Kidnappers also killed two in Ondo State. That's sad news. I have the main headline in the Nigerian Tribune. FG begins probe of adulterated fuel imports. FG begins probe of adulterated fuel imports. Says no need for panic buying. Says no need for panic buying. As Federal Executive Council okays 13 billion naira contract for aviation petroleum ministries. Federal Executive Council okays 13 billion naira contract for aviation petroleum ministries. Airlines raise alarm as aviation fuel now sells for over 400 naira per liter. Airlines raise alarm as aviation fuel now sells for over 400 naira per liter. Oyo government seals IBEDC Ibadan offices over 400 million tax debt. That is the electricity company in charge of Ibadan. Oyo government seals IBEDC Ibadan offices over 400 million naira tax debt. Government owing us 450 million. IBDC replies, government owing us 450 million. Okay, they should minus the 400 million from the 450 and there should be a balance. Electoral Act, Malami using office to endanger democracy, CSOs allege. Electoral Act, Malami using office to endanger democracy, CSOs allege. Leave Emefiele out of politics, economics, one propagandist. Leave Emefiele out of politics, economists, one propagandist. Don't ignore ASU's threats of strike. Parents tell Buhari, don't ignore ASU's threats of strike. Parents tell Buhari. 14 governors, 13 ex-governors, 3 Senate presidents, others met in Lagos to build consensus for national rebirth. Via meeting to build a consensus for national rebirth. Federal Road, Nupeng threatens strike over alleged misappropriation of 621 billion naira fund. Nupeng threatens strike over alleged misappropriation of 621 billion naira fund. So many agencies misappropriating government fund and taxpayers' money. Court gives judgment today on elevation of Ibadan. Palace. Court gives judgment today on elevation of Ibadan. Palace. Africa GDP falls by $165 billion. 30 million lose jobs, 26 million drop into extreme poverty. That is the AFD, the African Development Bank president. Africa's GDP falls by $165 billion, 30 million lose jobs, 26 million drop into extreme poverty. Outrageous. The Nation newspaper this morning, Oyo government IBEDC clash over 850 million debts. Oyo government IBEDC clash over 850 million debts. 400 million being owed by IBTC. Then the IBEDC is also accusing the government of owing them 450. So when you add the two together, 850 million naira. 286 Americans, Europeans, others acquire Nigerian citizenship. 286 Americans, Europeans, others acquire Nigerian citizenship. Wow, that's interesting. When people are trying to leave the country, we have 286 Americans, Europeans that have acquired Nigerian citizenship. Operators grown over rise in aviation fuel by 110%. Operators grown over rise in aviation fuel by 110%. That means we expect that aviation fares will increase by the number. Main headline: Silva government will unravel how toxic petrol was imported. Sylvia is saying that government will unravel how toxic petrol was imported. As fear grips petroleum ministry department, scarcity spreads to Oshun. Fear grips petroleum ministry department as scarcity spreads to Oshun State. Okay, let me read the story. How did the adulterated petrol get into the country? Whose negligence or compromise led to it? These and other issues around the toxic petrol are to be unraveled after a probe by the federal government. Minister of State Petroleum Resources Silva said yesterday. Silva said there'll be a major investigation to unravel everything, and then let's really get to the bottom of it before we can come back and tell you what is going to happen to the culprits. Okay, the big question on the toxic petrol. It is responsible for analysis. The big question on the toxic petrol. How did the adulterated petrol get into the country? How did the adulterated petrol get into the country? And lastly, AFDB, African Development Bank, laments drop of Africa's GDP by $165 billion in 2020. AFDB laments how Africa's GDP drops by $165 billion in 2020. We don't know that of 2021. Okay, with that, we are having our reviewers here this morning as they come to do analysis. Okay, let me check those that are online this morning as we get on. Remember, our topic this morning, I want you to respond as much as you can. Respond to what we have this morning. What do you think? What do you think? Who? The question is, how did the adulterated petrol get into the country? I have Oluwawan. Good morning, Oluwawan.
Morning, my guy. Christian people, I'm fine. How you doing? How is the weather in the west side?
Yeah, doing well.
Me, I'm okay too for some countries. My family are fresh now. Because I have on God inside me. So inside me, I have on the most high. So I always smile. Because say smile. Any situation, smile. Because it's above all the situation.
Of course.
So
how did the adulterated petrol get into the country?
It could be a mistakenly from one hand to another, but it's very disastrous. But we give God the glory, but it's well detected earlier. Otherwise, millions of Nigerian vehicles could have been down the road.
Millions.
Could have been down the road, scattered and spoiled. That would be another problem entirely. You understand? Because it was detected earlier. Because this fuel is adulterated fuel, it damaged the vehicle. If this case is not taken, maybe later on, you can spread. Who never see money to charge, you never see money to buy half tank. Now you see money to go to repair motor unnecessarily.
Especially engine.
Imagine, very bad. So my language now for the government to investigate how it came into the country. Because it must have came in through one hand or the other. It never spread, never disappear. It's a marketer or the federal government or the NNPC that will checkmate this situation. This situation is very embarrassing to Nigeria entirely. Yes. It's a foreclosure. So they have to checkmate the situation before it gets out of hand.
It's a foreclosure.
The foreclosure department of the language. The language is not good. It's not accepted to the general public.
It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. The meaning of foreclosure is a bad disgrace to the country.
Okay, fear grips Petroleum Ministry Department.
Because fear must grip them because they are damaged many people's vehicles. Not only vehicles, they are damaged the image of Nigeria. So they are in a big problem. So they must be afraid. Fear must grip them because one or two of them, they must pay the price. Because no hidden gender here. You can't hide here now because this situation is exposed.
Over almost 100 million liters of
100 million, not 5 million, not 10 million, millions of adulterated fuel enter in Nigeria, giant of Africa, because we are importing fuel, because we are part of our refinery. Now they want to dismantle the whole vehicle in Nigeria. So God said, no, detach it earlier.
If they dismantle the whole vehicle, is it not work for mechanics?
How many mechanics want one? The one when they mechanics don't want. That became a problematic, very disastrous. So God said, no, detect it in time and let situation, let's shake and see what is happening.
If they detect it or they detect the person, what do you advise the government to do to that
You
person?
know, that person you got to face the music. Because the music is what I've done wrong, you face wrong. If you don't right, you face right. This is not right.
Sacked, or should you be taken to court?
Court after court is jail. And compensate before jail. So it will give example to others. So that it won't happen in future. Don't leave any stone unturned in this situation, in this matter. This matter is supposed to be investigated to the truly end. Who involved, pay and be jailed.
What if the person has a godfather?
The godfather, they must jail him also. See, nothing like godfather again. Nigeria is wise and Nigeria is open eye. Nigeria is angry with anybody. Because you see, imagine now, first subsidy, at the end of the day, they bend it. Now you now bring language of adulterated fuel. Now the whole Nigeria kill. Something that have gone many years ago, now surface in the name of another language.
How come adulterated?
It's a language that is just like a spy hole. But I thank God that some drivers have testified that their car were damaged.
You know some of them?
Yes. That's why
imagine
the
somebody
investigation
traveling to the east or traveling.
You buy a food tank for almost 15,000 naira. At the end of the day, what is happening? Look for it. You know start again. Where you are it does Dabaru. It's very bad. It's very bad.
So if they don't
they have to
discipline that person,
they
be very angry with the federal government.
Deal with them excessively. Discipline. Deal with them because they deal with Nigeria. You have to deal with them back. Because they deserve to be dealt with. Because it's a harassment situation now.
Okay. So you prefer to be, if they say American citizen and Canadian citizen or Nigerian citizen, which one do you prefer?
Nigerian citizen, American citizen, Canadian citizen. They are all citizens, but different management.
Which one do you want?
So I'm a Nigerian citizen.
They give you opportunity to be American citizen.
I don't think that one will be gone home to my mind. Here I'm in Nigeria here.
You like Nigeria,
everything will be okay for us.
Okay, because I want to ask a question.
Everybody there.
286 Americans, Europeans, others acquire Nigerian citizenship.
Imagine, did you see what I just said? I never say because I know there is a green land in our situation here. There is a green land. God, things will change. This is changing. That's all those small particles. See, America, Europe, they want to come here, but they know what is here.
286.
Yeah, they know what is here. Here is a fertile land. Here is a land that grows milk and honey. Just because of those particles of fuel, and their days are already numbers.
Okay. Or your government seals IBEDC. This is a NEPA, like
Okay.
Say they are owing over 400 million tax debts.
They are holding the government.
Yes.
And they are taxing the masses.
Why say the government is owing them 450 million?
Okay. They say government say they are holding them 400 million. And they say government is not holding them 450 million. You see where the counter come? That is the counter attack. When you are playing football, you have to counter. If you don't counter, well, the other one will counter you. Okay, now the government says somebody is holding you 400 million. Now the person now say you are holding you 450 million, which says the language is not correct. The language is not correct. I will say the government is lying. Because the government is always lying. When you now say somebody is holding you 400.
Someone is lying, but
they say 400. The person say you are holding you 450 million. 450 million and 400 million. Very different from 400. The difference of 50 million. So they should go and solve their matter. All those languages is zero talk. There is a zero talk. The language is not pure. Difference of 50 million. Okay, where did that 50 million have to? Who now takes responsibility of that 50 million? Is it the government or the company that the government is holding responsible? So they are playing cat and rat game. They should go and settle their game. I don't know about their game. They should go and settle their game amicably and let the citizens over there have enough lights.
I want to talk about transportation.
They are paying money for it.
I want to talk about transportation in Lagos State. How is the situation? What is
because of that situation of that voice language. Yes. Now, majority of Lagosians find it difficult to go their place of work because there is scarcity of vehicle in the town because the fuel did not damage things, and now scarcity of the real fuel to get. So there is a long queue in many places. Many stations are already closed. So in that situation now, the transports are now from 150 you see 200. from 100, 150 because of the stress and before they get the real one. So I can see the situation is getting gradually, it's going down gradually. It's going down gradually because no matter what's go up, they must come down. But from the day before yesterday, this was critical. Yesterday it was going down. Even this morning now is going down. I can see before Thursday, Friday, everything will disappear. Today is Thursday. Before tomorrow, next tomorrow, everything will disappear gradually. Okay, because it's embarrassment to us.
Parents are begging us to not to go on strike.
Because they have to beg. They have to beg because if they don't beg, they go on strike. Their children will not add to their problem at home. You understand what I'm saying? They're in the school, it's better than be at home. But be at home, you not double the wahala of the home citizen. Because when you're 3 or 4 children at home,
I beg, go see and experience America before you choose Nigeria. Go to America.
America, we experience America, we experience Canada. But now, we can't just run away. If everybody should run away, we will not stay here. So let some people run, but we will not run. Now we will not run. Because the time I will run, I want to run back. Now I can't run anymore. I have to stay and inherit the battle.
Inherit the battle?
Yes, the battle is already won by me. It's already won by us.
Can you?
We are winning the battle. The battle is already won by us. And 2023 now we will see a new league.
Winning the battle. They want to remove subsidy.
No, that's why they run away from that subsidy. They don't say
that's why they are bringing this scarcity.
Yes,
they want to remove subsidy.
No, their language is a language of they are running away because their time is gone. Their days are numbered.
Those people, they have political power, they have money. How will you win the party against them?
They are going home. Mark it. They are going home. Another Avenger is coming and they are going home. 2023, they will go home. You see new face. All those things will be eliminated. So they are finding one way or the other to give excuse. The excuse is not going to be accepted anymore.
Do Nigerians have the mind to stand up against?
Nigeria is a lion forest land now. Nigeria will chase them out. And they know.
I'm surprised though, because I know some Nigerians are afraid to come out.
No, Nigeria is very bourgeois now to come outside though. See, Nigeria believe that maybe this kind of situation was an example of giving for a higher price before they don't give us the real reason. Otherwise, it could have been hearing demonstration of over demonstration. And demonstration will put the government down. So they have to bring out the truth and let the world know. And they have to solve the truth. They have to solve the matter.
So now you don't have anybody for 2023?
Nobody here. Let there be some months. Nobody here. Now all of them are just running up and down, going to Asoro. Baba, I want content. Now Baba be your God. Now Baba be I know you. Always on a story.
He's the chief.
No, anybody want content when one Nigeria president, you know we go meet Baba. Me Baba say what happened.
The person I won, Buhari went to meet the Obasanjo.
He know go meet Baba say one content. Now people will say now this one.
Buhari went to meet Obasanjo.
Say one content. Obasanjo not there for true that time. Obasanjo was going the true. Jonathan I did true. He no go meet Jonathan. They see the game because he knows say Jonathan. I want to go meet him. But all those one I want to go to meet Buhari. They do say they fear. So that's when they fear one human being. They don't fear Nigeria. So all of them are story.
But the man has power now.
They are afraid of him. They don't want to die, and they will die.
Okay, last, what's your advice, Oluwa?
So,
what's your advice to Nigerian youth?
Nigerian youth, don't keep on.
Advise them on which country they should choose. Between
Nigeria youth. They say Nigeria youth to choose Canada now, America. They will go and bombard that area. That area will be more than surplus of people. It will come with another problem to us. So let us sit here and fight for our right. Don't let us run away. Run away. The enemy will gain our chance. They will inherit all our inheritance. So let us stay here. This is our fatherland. We don't have another land. That is a temporary occupance.
Because no matter how you go,
you go come back to here. You have to establish here, cover here, and let them have 2 legs to stand. When you use 1 leg stand, you run away to the other side. You use 1 leg stand. What about going back? Nowhere to stand.
What if they cut your leg there?
They cut it there. You come here, nowhere to stand. You not there on air. That is about commendation. You will not perish. So let us stand and fight for our right. So now is the time. Stand up, get up. Stand up for your rights.
Thank you very much. Oluwa one. Okay, let me greet our people. Good morning, Abe. Thank you for being part of the program. Habiba Biodun. Good morning, Excellency Akumiri. Good morning, Charles Ike Dragbaja. Thank you. Good morning, Patrick Imafidon. Good morning. Unigas Otutuoma Otutuoma, Niger Boy TV. Thank you very much for being part of the program. I have Mr. Charles. Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Good morning. I still remain your humble servant, Mr. Charles Izuchukwu.
Sylvia, that is the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources. The government will unravel how toxic petrol was imported.
Well, if we are living in a country whereby everything happening within the cycle of Nigeria, and just when you look at it as if it's a film trick, as if it's something that is happening, as if you just tune your radio and you watch Nigerian movie. You said you closed border. You said a fuel, an adulterated fuel, came into the country without your consent, without you being the government knowing fully well that such oil and adulterated fuel came into Nigeria just to destroy people's vehicle, people's engine. I have a lot of people that have been crying, family members who are just dependent on what? On this transportation of a thing. Now they are crying that most of their transport vehicle has been destroyed. Now you close border, and you are telling us now that you do not know, however, or how a particular fuel that was adulterated through the use of all these cassava of a thing, that was produced through a cassava of a thing, came into the country. What exactly are they trying to tell you and I in this country? They are just trying to tell you and I that we don't know what we are doing, but we really know what we are doing here. Because this is a country whereby you decided to close in border. No rice is coming in. No other things are coming in. And if a border of rice is coming in, you will be able to notice that such rice is coming in. What really happened? Where were they when such fuel came in and started destroying people's vehicle?
Maybe now, people in the ministry did some shorty, maybe.
Yes, that is exactly what, my brother, that is exactly what is going on in this country. A country whereby you said, you know, I do say it time without number. It's a country whereby there's sectionalism. You know, you destroyed it not to allow people to bring in rice for citizens to eat and, you know, eat and be okay. Now, had it been, let me tell you something you don't understand. Had it been this fuel that was just brought into the country that was being adulterated, succeeded not to even destroy people's vehicle, nobody will talk about it. Nobody will talk about it. Because there will not be, a particular section of people will be there enriching themselves.
Probably they have been bringing it.
They have been bringing it. This is not the first time. This is not the first time.
Was just so much.
This is just that maybe the quantity or the substances that was put, that something that they put inside the fuel was as much or higher than what they normally put before. So that is why the adulteration is keep on destroying people's vehicle. Trust me, whether you believe me or not. The fuel has been coming into the country, not today, not once, not twice. And the government, you are talking about the Minister of, what do you call it? The Minister of State.
For petrol.
Lying to us that he's going to investigate. My brother, they should go and investigate themselves because they knows how this thing came into. That is just it, my brother.
What do you expect that should be done to the person that...
What do you expect? See, let me tell you again. This is a country whereby even if the person is being caught, nothing will happen to him. Because we are living in a country whereby...
So we are watching. They will do...
Even if you are watching, my brother, forget this country. Forget this country. Let me give you an example now. When you go to West Ham Football Club, you know what is happening to somebody like Kozuma, former Chelsea player, simply because he played with his cat and he kicked the cat. And his senior brother was busy filming and videoing the guy, and he posted this thing. And sponsorship towards the guy. Now, 250,000 pounds has been meted on the guy. Now, even not only Zuma, the sins of Zuma has affected Western Football Club because most of the sponsors of Vitality has withdrawn their sponsorship. These are Western world. These are people. It's not that these people are intelligent. They are not more intelligent than we Africans. But you see, when you come to Africa, Nigeria is one of the most brilliant race in this world. Unlike Arab, I was arguing with somebody. I said, "What is Egypt?" If I talk about Arab country, Egypt is the only one of the largest and the biggest Arab country they have, and Egypt is not even as big as Nigeria. Are you getting me? Now, if somebody like Ozuma should be, people even in France, they have said that they should bring him to France so that he will serve his sentences there. Are you getting me? 5 years. That was what they are saying in France. Assuming if 5 years imprisonment. Assuming if this guy is in Africa. Now look at it now. Look at just ordinary cats. And now you are telling me that somebody, do you know how many people that this nonsense fuel that they just brought into this country have just destroyed their vehicle? Somebody will buy fuel and you want to travel from here to east, and at the point you just reach Ore, your car will just got damaged. Then at the point, these are means of livelihood. These are means in which you feed your family. These are means in which your family gain their, they achieve. You want to sponsor your child in school, it's through all those things. People have means of sponsoring their children, and these are the means. Most of them, they are graduate, they don't have job, but they decided to have this. And what you could do was just to import an adulterated goods just to destroy their vehicle. And that person, even if they call that person, nothing. About is it Hush Puppy of a thing? Could you on earth believe if somebody should come in and ask you, is that where, even if somebody should put gun or knife on you, will you even believe that somebody like Abakari hands will be there? Nobody. Because most of these people, they do not come in exchange of what they want to do without the interference of these governmental officers.
They say Adulterated Petrol is a terrorist attack on Nigeria.
Exactly. Thank God, who says that? Tony, you are right. This is another means of destroying the life.
Terrorist attack on Nigeria.
What do we mean? See, there are different sections and kinds and types of terrorists. You don't need to come with gun, and you don't need to come with bomb. Like when we were still in Zaria, I was once a victim of that. When the church, when bomb blasted, that was when I was still in Kaduna. Now, there are different means of terrorizing the citizens of Nigeria. Hunger is there. That's number one. Unemployment is another means of terrorism. And you're talking, and another means is fuel.
Lack of basic amenities.
Okay, let me tell you what happened.
Shelter.
Let me tell you. Do you see these tanker drivers now? They are saying they are going to embark on strike. They say they are going to embark on strike. Why? Because of bad road. And the government, the Minister of Transport will come out and tell us that they have done this, they have done that. Tony, according to what this guy said, he has said it all. That is all the summary of everything. It's another means of terrorizing the citizens of Nigeria. Because you went and imported goods and a fuel. Okay, let me assuming now you have a child in your house who might not even know the level of chemical that has been put or injected into that chemical, into that product. He might be playing with it, and at the end of the day, you find out that the whole house will explode. Are you getting me? Now, you are terrorizing the whole citizen by what? Destroying their vehicle. Somebody might even go to bank and collect loan just to get this vehicle, just to fix and make sure that, sometimes you say Nigerian youth are lazy. They are not lazy. Early in the morning, you wake up, you move out just to see that your family, you put food on the table of your family. But at a point, somebody is out there just inventing himself, planning on how to destroy means on how you are living. So what are you talking about? He's just a terrorist.
Okay. 286 Americans, Europeans, others acquire Nigerian citizenship.
You see, that is exactly what. When you go to social media, that is a joke that nobody goes on social media. Somebody will say a general manager in Nigeria, a bank manager in Nigeria, and they get money in USA. Which one will you choose?
These people acquire Nigerians.
I am coming. Somebody will say a general manager in Nigeria and they get money in USA. Which one will you choose? Somebody will say, my brother, I will sell my father's land just to become that get money in USA. But imagine to tell you how rich this country is and how good and what the Oyibo man have seen. They have cited the importance of what Nigerians should have, what is in Nigerian, and they are telling you that they want to become the citizen of this country, it means that they have seen something. They have seen what you and I cannot see. They have seen beyond. It's just like Susaya. When somebody came out and he said that Senegal are going to win the Nations Cup, that was one of the Orthodox doctor in what do you call it in Senegal. To me, I'm not comparing him with anybody. Maybe he have seen far. It's just like most of these European people, they might have seen far. They might have seen the dividends and what it takes to become a citizen of Nigeria that we are not seeing, because the politicians, our old politicians, I call them old cargos, they have succeeded in bringing our brain so low that we don't even know what we are doing again. Because how will you tell me that somebody from European country coming in to become a citizen of this country? Meanwhile, you are living your own European life, Western world, just to come to this place. That is to tell you that, my brother, there is something in this country, but our so-called politicians are not even allowing us to reap and to get what is really meant for us.
Okay, or your government, IBEDC, that is electricity distribution company, clash over 850 million naira debt. If your light people are owing money, what is now left for the people that are supplying electricity?
Well, if my compound people are owing money, right?
If the NEPA, the PHCN,
then what is left for you and I? When you study your economics very well, in what you call one of the functions of central banks, they say is a lender of last resort, right? At least before, as a commercial bank, for instance, I will still come back to your question. As a commercial bank, there's a substantial amount of money you should be keeping. In case of your own, there's a liquidation of a thing. Or in case if somebody said, come, let's march together. Now,
25 billion naira.
25 billion naira, that is the maximum or the minimum. Now, you being NEPA, you do not have a reserve where you can reserve. Then what are you trying to preach to you and somebody like me that doesn't even have, most of the Nigerians that they are unemployed, they stay in a house where there's not even lights. Every month they will bring 250,000 naira bill, that this is never bill. Meanwhile, you are not leading by example. It's not like your father in the house. Every morning your father will just go out. Every night your father will go out, sleeping from one house to another, with one, olosho to another. Then your father will be there. No, did I call your father? Your father is a nice man. Your father. Are you getting me?
Yes.
You have a father in the house. All your father does was just to sleep around. Now, what example is he trying to set to his children? That is exactly what I'm trying to bring in here. NEPA, you are NEPA. You cannot even pay what you are supposed to pay to the government, and then you are coming in just to now the onus and the burden will be shifted on you and I, because we are the one that will suffer it. If it is 100 million naira they have to pay, they will make sure that they task almost all the citizens to pay that money through their NEPA bill. But you cannot tell me that they are living by example. Their leadership is not good. It's very, very poor. You are there with money that you're supposed to put in place so that there'll be maintenance of electricity. But you're not doing it. But at the point, you are trying to shift that somebody should go in and do what? And start paying what even you are not paying. It's never done in that way. They should call most of these our brothers in abroad. Ask them how things are being done in most of these abroad where they are. Things are done normally. Things are done in such a way that even you, sometimes, you will not even know that you are paying anything. Are you getting me? But look at what is happening in this country. They do things as if they are cowards. They do things as if they don't know what they are doing. They do things as if, we are nobody to them. But we are the one that elected them, put them into that position. That was they are claiming, if it were in a Western world, you will go in. See, whether you like it or not, no place like home. Let me give you an example. Look at this Ghana. I just appointed a coach that will prosecute the match between Nigeria and Ghana. And this man was the assistant coach to was it under 17 coach Aston Villa here. He played for Holland. After playing for Holland, what happened? He has to come back. Look at Sis. Sis in Ghana is now a pundit in Ghana. So there's no place like home. Why not these people make our home, livable, so that we enjoy ourselves, so that even you see, my brother. Okay, imagine how many population do we have in this country? How many population do we have in this country? Do you know that a single person, let's assume that you are up to, let's say, 250 million population, 200 billion naira can fix everybody.
Population.
What are you saying? 200 billion naira. 200 billion naira can fix a lot of things. No, I'm just giving you an example. But this 2 billion naira is nothing to some others. But you are there enriching yourself. Look at fuel. Look at what is going on now. The tanker driver, they want to embark on strike. Are we supposed to be talking about tanker drivers? They are complaining that the excessiveness, dying of their member is what they cannot take again. That people in their sections are dying every now and then. Look at what is happening. Parents are crying that their children, their ASU should not go on strike. Why would they be crying? Simply because they know what it takes, what is going to happen once their children are at home. You have your child at home. You have a child who was supposed to be in school. And what do? Your child will be there. What really happened in Ogun State a few weeks ago, I understood maybe if there was culture, if there was much things to be put in place, do you know there are some certain vices that is happening in this country that will not even take place? When you take your child to school, you want to embark on strike. It means that the child will be exposed to so many vices. And a lot of, when your child is, okay, you have a child who we are hoping that is going to become a medical doctor in the next 5 years. A son, your child is going to become a medical doctor in the next 5 years. But you are there. Your child is going to spend another extra 2 years, making it 7 years. That this is a child that you have programmed. There are some parents, they are not God, but let me tell you, if you go to there are some parents that, before they give birth to their child, they have programmed how the movement, how the life of that child should be. This is when you should go to school, this is when you should graduate, this is when you should go to service, and this is how you should look for work. Now, you have a child whom you have programmed, and because if you are programmed, you also back it with God. Now, you program that this child has gotten admission. In the next 5 years, he should be out. In the next 6 years, he should be looking for where to work and start fixing the family together. Now, you cannot even do that. The family cannot even lay claims on their child that this child is going to be a breadwinner to their family, simply because there are so many strikes going on. We have to spend extra 3 years in the university. Are you getting me? I spent extra 3 years in the university before I graduated. Was it supposed to be like that? And then most of these bastards, once you go to a company to look for a job, they will tell you that they are looking for somebody at the age of 25. Meanwhile, you know that the country have just succeeded in making a lot of. Do you know that we are living in a country whereby it has succeeded to make a lot of young people to look older than their age because of stress? You will see somebody at the age of 20, 25, you will assume that the person is just 50 years, simply because there's hunger, there's stress. You go to school simply because you want to put food on the table of your parents. Now you are there. All you could do was just to go in an extra years, simply because there's one idiot eating your money there, calling themselves Ministry of Education of a thing, of which the section of education should be the number one thing they should fix. That is why we go to Western world, they don't play with the Department of Education, educational level, simply because they know what they achieve, what they are meant to achieve from educational sectors. But in this country, what is happening? They don't, they just sit back, eat your money. The lecturer that are supposed to be taken care of, they are not. And the parents are there crying. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ademola, good morning.
Thank you.
I wish you were. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. David. See how this guy is sweating. Sweating for Nigeria. Sweating for Nigeria.
After you now, you respect.
No, after God.
After you now, you. Today we don't speak English, you now broke in one speak. So I didn't tap you. Anything you ask me, now broke and talk because these people know they hear English.
Fear don't they catch them for Ministry of Petroleum. Say they don't they investigate. Investigate. What do you think is supposed to happen?
What I think say it go happen. We fear the catch. No head go roll. Na normal thing, na normal story.
Because so over 100 million liters. Or what they call adulterated petrol. We say People moto spoil.
uh,
You got say head no go roll.
head no go roll. Not be Naija we dey. We don't see so many cases, instances on diverse occasion. The one wey even worse pass this one. Where person loot money wey meant for the whole pensioner, minor. People don't die because of that money. Head no roll. Imagine this one when we say, I just engine knock. Head no go roll.
So na lamba they give.
That's scam. My brother, and see, and if na truly say Nigeria na good country, the MD of NNPC, Melakari, he supposed to resign yesterday, but the NC come out, see they beg Nigerians, say more no verse, say na mistake.
Mistake.
Yes, Melakari.
That kind of thing, they know
He do press conference yesterday. He tell Nigerians, say more Nigerians no verse, say na mistake. Now my question is say, at least as big as NNPC they get quality control team.
They suppose now.
No, they suppose. They get even small company who don't reach anything. They get quality control units where they make sure say everything what they do, they have top notch. NNPC get now person do that in my brother. They won't tell me say who certify this fuel for consumption.
Over 100, almost 100 million liters. No be small.
And I talk say one person go certify them for consumption, and that person don't say this fuel it gets menthol substance inside. This fuel on there was adulterated.
I mean, say, you don't know your job.
He don't know his job.
Or did they do business before?
He sure said the person never collect money. He never collect money. Maybe now God just for expose him. Now, if my country were good, the president for don't kick him today. But the president said, if you don't know what to happen. The president, if you don't know, say na adulterated fuel.
No, the media people, they're supposed to report.
The president, if you don't know, the president, the last mugu, if you don't know, now I need to tell him, person want to read newspaper. The president, if you don't know, that is why we don't call him. Everybody can call him. Bewudani, Emi, our president, they are caretaker, not the president. You don't know. If you know, NNPC MD, for NNPC MD this morning, they for sack him.
Or suspend, even the rest
they for yes, because now, this one now, so many Nigerians engine don't know. You know, see, na very bad thing. Now, Western world go they laugh us. It don't make sense. Western world go they laugh us. This kind of thing, if something in the US, I mean,
no, what happened to Zuma? Ordinary card. Ordinary card.
You know, see what happened to Greenwood. You know, see what happened to former UK
Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Because, current one. Because the COVID-19 day, he go visit his family. Now he make the law. Now he still break the law. They suspend that for we see him now. We see him.
Nadia
law things they work. Man, you player, Martin Greenwood. What did do? He just slap his girlfriend. His girlfriend just get bruised. Now, man, you don't give him suspension. Make it come work. Man, you don't for like. Man, you don't suspend them. All the endorsements we get, they don't withdraw. Like laws they work. Not be say you go make law, you go break the law. Who be the sole importer of fuel? No be NNPC. Now NNPC be the sole importer of fuel. Our Mr. Petroleum. now our commander-in-chief of army staff, our uncle Buhari. Now he be minister. You don't as minister of petroleum. You don't as president. Still nothing. Every sector where you can. It shows say he don't know what they do. The president don't know what they do. The MD of NNPC don't know what they do. Everybody for NNPC, suppose on the road now. Suppose on the road. People.
They say they don't begin probe.
They don't begin. Non-statement. Now, tentative statement, which cannot be proven. They don't begin. They don't be proven.
Somebody said these are adulterated fuel. Now terrorist attack on Nigerians.
Now, a very big blow on us now. A very big blow. Now, shame on us now.
You want to declare government terrorists.
Government said now scam now. Now, the thing that one day in circulation. Now, you can't say you want to record them back. It makes sense. It makes sense. Something on the circulation.
That's the waste of money again. The waste of money.
Now money that go still put again to go. Now some people go to that contract to go recover fuel back. Some people still collect contract.
Taxpayers' money.
That's money now.
After they will come tax us.
That's today. My brother, I don't see nothing. You like pray for yet next year. Nigeria don't want. You don't be good again. But you want good. Go don't get and say one good. But you know good.
You talk to yesterday, say that they won't try and bring up remove subsidy.
Artificial policy. You know, say this government, we don't trust them. Oh my country man, we don't trust them. If you be like say this government, you know, say if government tell you good money, go back, go open your cutting where than money day. Government will tell you good money, where we say that night today. We don't trust them now. See, as they tell us say now. Adulterated fuel. Nigerians still don't believe. Some of them they say they want increase fuel. Nigerians don't believe because of the previous antecedents. Now make Nigerians don't believe government. In the other world, when government tell you say, see what it happen, the citizens go believe. Say, but now we go trust them. Say that true our government they talk. That true our leader they talk. For this one, on drivers occasions, our leaders don't they lie for us. They tell us lie. They tell us story. They go tell you say money na afternoon, night na money. So now what did they be that?
Imagine incompetent people in government like that federal government incompetent. Normally you don't even know say na adulterated fuel at all. You allow the thing in a whole big country like Nigeria, Jet of Africa, you allow 100 million liters. They're supposed to scrap that.
Okay, go into circulation.
They're supposed to scrap that department.
They know. They go know what in SON they do. Standard of declaration of Nigeria. Every product will come the country. Every country will come the country. Then they go certify them. Then go certify them. Now, and NNPC as a body get quality control unit. When they make sure say this thing no they certified for consumption. They know. But maybe now some person because of their greed, they make them sell that fuel out. Some people know. They go know. Now their work now, not be mentor. They know now. Say this thing no good for consumption. But yeah, they don't say nothing go happen for the country. Say even if they catch them, the president not going to do anything. Because the president they're so many see NNPC MD suppose to suspend them today. But now the president never suspend them. It is the best Nigerians, so many Nigerians no best. In the Western world, people what their NG don't love, suppose carry government go court.
I will not go best. I don't get money to buy fuel.
Government
don't get any money. I will not go best.
Because best. Government never come out, come make public apology. Tell Nigerians, so no best. So now our mistake.
Nigerians need apology.
No, people soften our heart.
Say apology go soften your heart.
At least you go.
You get motor, your engine spoil. Apology from government. Maybe say
it's been something and small. Say if I want challenge government. Now, see, court we go. But how many people don't take steps to challenge this government? They don't take steps to challenge government. Let them take steps to challenge this government. Because the only NNPC be the sole importer of petrol. Nobody get a license again. NNPC. Now they be the sole importer. They never say now, Mr. Kuchachuku. If it's possible now, they will say now you import that fuel where they sell. They will say now me. They will say now Mr. Raf. Now only NNPC they import fuel. They don't tell us story again. They boss.
Okay, Electoral Act, Malami using office to endanger democracy. CSOs alleged. Malami using office to endanger democracy.
Malami don't say he go advise the president. Malami say he go advise the president on the step to take, whether to sign electoral bill or not. And electoral bill nobody the solution. Electoral bill or no electoral bill, Nigeria is doomed. Anarchy don't happen. Electoral bill don't stop anything. Electoral bill go still give room for what? Incompetent candidates. Because these people get the money for hand, cash for hand. Until when everybody stand up say no, we don't want this set of old politicians again. We want new breed of politicians. We want new Nigeria. You give his electoral bill, you sign from now till next year. Now still them APC and PDP go they win. Go House of Assembly, who food there? Go House of Rep, who food there? Go Senate, who food there? So what do they talk? And I you consider make room for incompetent candidates until when everybody stand up say we don't want that. This is our constitution. Now you and you stand up. Everybody see them here. They will complain every day. See them. They don't clock 70, clock 80. They don't complain since 2 years. 2 years. I don't want that. I don't want that. Papa dey for house. Mama dey for house. Una dey die silently. Nigeria go better. Mr. Raf don dey old. How old Mr. Raf now? Nigeria go better. Me say I don't dey old. Nigeria go better, go better, go better. People who don't dey clock 80 years, 70 years. You don't know when you don't hear this thing. You go better, go better, go better, go better. Every day they worse. Which year you want better self? I don't. How old I be? I be small boy. When they shall say Nigeria go better, Nigeria go better. Thank God, say thank God. Now, me now, very soon now, I go see money now, get pikin. Me too, I go tell my pikin, Nigeria go better. Which year you want better? Which year? Every day go better. It dey worse. Eh? Every day it go better, it go better. See them here. Every day they go come out here. They go argue. Yeah, PDP, APC, PDP, APC. Nigeria the worst. Old man the old. Me now, small pikin now, what they now, not in school now, gonna sing now, Nigeria go better. That pikin now, go grow now, born, Nigeria go better. On top say go better matter. See my brother now, you don't think Nigeria go better. Nigeria up to now, how old you go be now? Which year you go better? Sir?
So like what is supposed to happen like this?
The thing was supposed to happen now, as it be now, we say, everybody know they happy again for the country, see them. See them. Everybody they pour out their grievances. Everybody they come out pour out their mind. In as much as say, if you want a better future for your pikin, even if you don't want better future for yourself, because you don't say now all these old people now let's for this country, all these older people. If una want better picture for now. For na pikin, everybody come out. No, we don't want election 2023. No election. We know yes. Until when government set everything, how the country supposed to be. Until our country, say na so country they be. Now so country, other country they be. People here, no be working hours today so. What the time? What the time now?
It's like to 10.
What the time now? To 10. Where we supposed to work? Where we get so? We don't get working, see them, we plenty. Time is there. Some person come out in your we stupid handwork, you go there by yourself. No, forget it. Some of which just be environmental. Forget it, study, forget study. But some people feel carry back, come for house. Their wife don't for show them, say leave house. They come for house. They go leave house. You know, say if you get wife, you don't come out for house. Your wife go frustrate you. If you don't carry back, somebody go look newspaper. And therefore, make a roam around. Make a house roam around. Around 3, 4. I go back out. So we plenty don't get work here. Forget that thing. Until when everybody get change of mind. Say, no be Tinubu, no be Atiku, no be anybody. New set of people. Make we redraft our constitution. When we make that office then less attractive. We just say tomorrow they say the office of the president, the basic salary now 40,000 naira. Who go apply? Who go contest? That talk. Who go contest?
Nobody wants to.
If tomorrow we say, hey, senator, where they earn 35 million every month. Now they earn 70,000 naira every month. They go there. They go there. Now we will go there. People like us. Because until when we make this office less attractive. Because this office today juicy. Office of the president, they'll give out too much power. Only I'm going to control money. Governor going to control money. Governor going to collect 1 billion for security votes. Money will not get account. And see them here. Tinubu.
But all this way
some of them.
Yeah, some people they collect Nigerian citizenship. Some people they collect Nigerian, some Americans and Europeans. They collect.
I listen to what like Mohammed talk. And sorry, Minister of Interior, Raouf Aregbesola. He said Nigeria not be as bad as the way we Nigerians they paint them. Now many people see they acquire Nigerian citizenship. He said not be the way where we the paint am say Nigeria no bad as where we the paint am.
Who is that?
Minister of Interior. No say na him give them. He say Nigeria no bad as where we the paint am. No, that let me can talk. So that is why these people they acquire Nigerian citizenship now. Say no be the way where we paint am. Now so them they say for the Western world. Say now so let make foreign people they conquer. These foreign people will conquer them. They get what they don't do here. That's like what my brother just talk. Their own standard of living no go there compared to our own. Those people for them to have gone extra length, gone miles to just acquire citizenship, they get business what they can't do here. No, but it is not the argument paper. Their own house go they are going for Lekki. Solar go there. Inverter go there. Nobody knows what they do here. So that will not be talk. Them anybody free.
This one propaganda. They acquire true, but they're free. Those people know what they can't do. You know, grab. You know, if you just wake up in the morning, say you want to acquire citizenship of the country. If that country, if you don't get any meaningful, anything benefit from that country, it's not possible. You must get something. Either you don't live here for over years, or like you get business here, and that business is done the huge. So now, if you say make I acquire citizenship, if tomorrow Nigeria blow, they go see travel, leave us here. They will not get another place to go.
Probably
So,
they have investment, they get investment.
the investments they get,
Yeah, so they want.
they won't get so that in case if when themselves get say to say me too, I've been Nigerian citizen. So anything what happen, then say go get say. Election time, then say go dey influence our electionary process.
Okay, no election.
2023, if we come here, they shout. We go come here. Article fit enter, Tinubu fit enter, but this suffering go end. Not be about conducting election. If tomorrow Tinubu enter, suffering continues. Article enter, suffering continues. Not be until say election. Until everybody say no. We don't want these people again. We want new set of people. Make we redraft our constitution. Say our constitution. It's our constitution. No, when they make senator they earn 35 million every month. Reduce that money to 100,000 every month. When they make house of rep member, they earn 25 million every month. Reduce the money. Make the office of the president less attractive. Okay. There, my brother, even though so, Tinubu come. Atiku come, Mr. Rafe come, I come. Now same old story.
Thank you very much, Mr. David.
Thank you for the interview and thank you for the broking. I really enjoyed this interview today.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Thank you, Mr. Rafe.
Thank you, Mr. Christian. Please, I want to commend our viewers, in diaspora, our viewers in abroad. They are trying a lot. It's because of them. We are here every day. I want to thank somebody like Obire. I want to thank somebody like Oga Kevin, Mr. Kevin. Oga Kevin is a staunch member of Deeper Life, and he is living it. He lives it. That's why he's inspiring everybody. I want to thank Emmanuel Green. I want to thank Uche. He lives in Japan. I want to thank Akim. I don't know how to pronounce your father's name. Oh, you live in Israel. I want to thank Olubeng. I want to thank Mr. David. I want to thank O.J. Okwade. I want to thank Chukwu Eze. Okay, Chukwu Eze. I want to thank Mama Israel in America. I want to thank Mommy Nkechi. I want to thank Auntie Nkechi. I want to thank Auntie Blessing. Auntie Blessing's husband is about to come home. Do you understand? Almost a week plus now. They are bringing her home from the plane. I told you people here that she's bereaved. So I want to thank people like Noel. Do you understand? Noel. No, so do you understand? Many of them. How many am I going to count here? Many of you that live in abroad there. I'm commending you. Kelly, I'm commending you. Acho, my man, I'm commending you. Stan, Kenny. Oh, too much thing. We appreciate you. Christian, let us start, but I want to ask you a question. Why is it that House of Rep, the greenhouse or whatever they target, the lower chamber, do you understand, of the legislative chamber, the lower house, are bent on asking Buhari to declare emergency on ritual killings, to declare emergency on Yahoo. Are you listening to me? Christian, during each and every election that comes and go, People are losing their loved ones to kidnappers, ritual killers. They abduct. No money is demanded. They kill, they use for money. Who are responsible for that? The House of Legislative, they want Buhari now to do what? To declare emergency on ritualists. Who is using human being for money?
Who are the ritualists?
Who are the ritualists? That's a big question I'm throwing to the lower chambers of the legislative. Because I know that every election that comes and goes, they send people hunting for human being to kill. Who is the civic? Do they think we are fools? Who are the ritualists? Who are using people to win election? They believe that when they kill human beings, they will win election. Why these people are so wicked? Why is Nigeria a hell? Why is Nigeria this callous and cruel? You are telling Buhari to stop ritualists, while in the upper chamber, the lower chamber, all of you are ritualists, killing Nigerians, so that you want to win election. No, I'm saying the truth. No, I'm blunt. Some people anyway, some people. So why putting pressure on Mr. President to declare emergency on ritual killings? Who are the one championing it? Who are the one orchestrating ritual killings in Nigeria? Is it taxi driver that is conveying passengers from one place to the other? Who are buying these papers? Very good question. I didn't understand where I'm going. They know it. They are still pressuring the so-called president of Nigeria to declare emergency on ritualists, Yahoo boys. What made a man in Nigeria to turn to Yahoo? Now I have a question. Those youths, they went to school. Some of them outside school. Do you understand? Some of them are still in the school. But they just use it to make money because of what? The economic situation of the country is bad. The hardship is so much excruciating, man. Very excruciating.
You're not defending them.
I'm not defending the bad. But I'm trying to tell you that it's the government of the day. Because of the kind of person that is handling the affair of this country, that's why you have all this manner of criminalities. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
People killing people for money, people killing people to win election. Do you know what happened at Apapa one day? Around that kind 10 o'clock, they sent this set of guys to go and bring 2 heads at Apapa. Around that kind 10:30 to 11. Man, 2 guys that were on the bus stop there, waiting for any vehicle to board. Do you know what happened? A Range Rover car just with a speed and pull by. Very speed and pull by. Beheaded 2 commuters who are just waiting for a bus to board. Took away their head and leaving their headless bodies. That was an election, I think that should be either 2007 or 2003. Yeah, 2003, 2007, 2011. You know, as it goes, every 4 years, they embark on committing this kind of crime. Heinous crime against humanity. Now they are trying to tell us that they are innocent. Buhari should declare emergency on ritual killings. Who are paying people to kill who? Innocent children, abduct innocent babies of 3 months old. They use it. They want to use mortar and pound it.
Aspirant that was pounding
A baby. Yeah, I remember the video. It was online. Another members of Guinea, maybe state legislative or something, state lawmakers, that was using blood to bath. I think you watch it. Blood, the whole world watch it. The Nigerian politicians, they not only siphon our money, but they kill Nigerians so that they will win. This is fiction. This is excuse me. I don't know when we should stop this kind of mad superstitions. Trump won election, he did not kill anybody in America. Joe Biden outsmarted Trump. He did not kill anybody in America. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Boris Johnson, the election that brought UK president, the current president, Boris Johnson, today. I don't think Boris Johnson hot down all his kinsmen, killing them because he wanted to rule Britain. Putin is there. He did not kill anybody in Russia. How are we like this? Nigeria was like a paradise before. Do you know what happened? Nigerian politicians converted here to hell. It was like a paradise during the oil boom of 1970s. We are just living like kings. Many Americans, the Britons, Chinese, they are coming here to stay. I want to give you, for instance, in Dubai, If Dubai man saw you UAE in the 70s as a Nigerian, he will come and watch it because we have too much money. Our natural endowments, the most naturally endowed country in the world in the 70s, is this small.
We are respected.
This small, we're highly respected. But today, do you know what happened? This paradise,
Even Ghana.
this paradise has been converted to hell. While Dubai, that was desert. A desert is a place, no green pasture, no water, vegetations, rocky ground. The whole earth crust on the desert are dry. But do you know what happened in Dubai? Dubai was converted
The world destination.
to a paradise. And today, Dubai is a safe haven to everybody. To Emeka, to Uche, to Yinka, to Tinubu, to Lai Mohammed. I didn't understand. They go there, they find food to seek what? Sukkah. Let me not say greener pasture or whatever. They find that place very inhabitable. But this place, they litter them, they let us live here to remain on at our own. Whatever we see, we take. Why are we this wicked? Yes, no, I'm asking a question. You are the one using human parts so that you win election. You are now telling Buhari to declare emergency on ritual killings while you are the perpetrators of such heinous crime. Hypocrisy. Their hypocrisy has been detected many years ago by some people like us on the streets. Yes, there are people in this country with big head, and they are thinking that when you have big head, that is when you have big brain. Not when you have big head that people will see you as a headmaster. No, you are not a headmaster. You are just carrying empty carton on your head. These people are the cause of our problem. We keep on praying every day and day, every day by day. Oh, this my auntie, this my grandmother is a witch. Oh God, kill him, he's a witch. Nalayo. The witches and wizards that have been sucking our blood in this part of the world, they are the vampires. That's what I tag them. They are Nigerian politicians. The disgruntled political juggernauts in this country are the witches and wizards that are troubling us today. Would you imagine that if you are 14 or 13 years old, you cannot be elected into any public office in Nigeria? I think it started from 18. Abi? But when you are 13 or 14, an Hausa Alhaji will marry you. Scatter the hymen of the young girl. That's why you have this FSV, fistula something, what they call it, that common sickness in the north. All those young girls, that is their sickness. They just tear their, oh my God, that is too, it's a callous crime. But when you are 14, you won't be elected into any public office. But when you are 14, Alhaji will marry you. Minors, 13 years, destroying their hymen. Do you understand?
Hypocrisy.
Yes, hypocrisy is too bad. This is a crime against humanity here. I could remember one of the northern governors then that married an Egyptian minor. Thank you, Yerima. They said, Yerima, you started the ideology of Sharia. Now you have failed the law. Let Sharia law catch him. For where? For where? He raped that Egyptian minor. That Egyptian minor, he has been raping and raping that Egyptian minor until she was matured enough to get married. I didn't understand. We are shouting of medical facilities that we don't have anything, but yet we have the highest number of doctors in the world. Nigerian doctors are topping in the UK in their large number. Nigerian doctors are topping in America and USA in their large number. Yet our politicians, our leaders, they go abroad for medication, medical treatment. People that have the highest number of radiologists, surgical doctors, best one. I have my uncle in my village. He was a classmate to Ransom Kuti, late Ransom Kuti, the former health minister. Chief Aaron Ifekuribe's son. Aaron, his name, his great father gave him his name. He studied in America as a surgical doctor in California. He lived in Bel Air. Best medical doctor. He lived there. He's living there. Because even if he comes here, nobody should go to him. All our leaders, anytime they get medical issue, they fly to UK. They jettison to Tokyo, jettison to West Germany. They will just send to Germany,
Making those
just send
places
to
attractive.
you. I'm telling you, because their medical facilities there are number one. Their medical facilities is world class. What we have here is poor, porous, dilapidated medical facilities. That's why they don't come to our doctors or go to our medical institutions for treatment.
If you do all of this on these politicians, you
These politicians, we will spend on the whole days. The whole days here talking about them. Let's talk about
unravel how toxic petrol was imported.
Unravel what? Okay, toxic petroleum. Yes, that's a good question because I could remember during Abacha regime in 1997, there was toxic fuel imported into Nigeria. We call it rotting fuel. It smells. If the odor catches your nose or slaps your nose, your stomach will rumble. As if Rangers International and the ICC shooting star of Ibadan are playing football inside their stomach. That was the rotting fuel during Abacha regime. They imported it from Ivory Coast. They started argument that fuel, rotting fuel, was imported from Ivory Coast. Some said it was imported from Korea. He killed many mechanics. He killed many Nigerians. Toxic fuel, poisonous. I think understand. So this very one they brought in. I thank God the order, you can't even perceive it. But look at the duration. It doesn't last like the normal fuel. This one that's imported new is more or less gasoline. It's very light. I think you understand. I don't think it is that dangerous to the health. Had it been it was the former one, you shouldn't be coming out. The one during Abacha regime, everywhere. He kills many people. I didn't understand. He pollutes the atmosphere. He sends you to have difficulty in your respiratory system. He killed many.
Who will compensate those that their vehicles have been destroyed?
Their vehicles have been destroyed. Nigeria government is employing liar as an information minister. Then I don't know what the interior minister is doing right now, because that man, you know, when he was a state governor in Osun State, couldn't you see his performances? He old, 36 months. So who is he? Is he going to tell us the truth? So that one can, you know, discharge his official duty in the rightful way, alive. He will be telling lies. Let me tell you, nobody's going to pay for those vehicles. If they promise them, it is a lie. You that your chop is gooded with fire, by fire. Have they paid you? State government or local government don't pay you. Let alone federal government that has been lying. Federal government of Nigeria has lied to us before Anambra election that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Today, where is Nnamdi Kanu?
No, he said we consider.
Oh, God, don't worry. These people are a bunch of liars. Are you listening to me? That's why they employed double standard men like the SGF. He's telling lies. SGF, Boss Mustafa, is a liar. Everything that comes out from his mouth is bullshit, lies. That's why they employ Mr. Lai Mohammed as the information minister, so that he will be what? Disseminating lies, both local and international. Internationally, people over there and abroad, they'll be saying, yes, Nigeria is good. Or look at what the man said. They're all blatant lies. Nobody is going to receive any compensation, I'm telling you, because of the rotting fuel they have imported into this country.
Should have been prosecuted.
Okay, over that transaction, let me tell you, they are bed of same feathers. You can't expect a criminal to punish a criminal. A criminal can only ally with his accomplice to perpetrate more in Nigerian politics because of what? For selfish gains. Who will punish you? They can at least, you know, orchestrate or put more pressure so that they will either deport, I think understand, return that fuel to some people's gain. Some persons know that after all, if they take back the fuels from each source, they will make money out of it. You don't know these people. You don't know them. You don't know Nigerian politicians. That I will call them thieves now. I don't like the way I don't manage my work. Those people are disgruntled politicians. They don't say the truth. I'm telling you. And never in the history of this country has any government been like what we are witnessing presently in Nigeria. Many people are delving into dangerous transactions like this Yahoo. ritual killings, human trafficking. Are you listening to me? Armed robbery, terrorism, banditry, everywhere. I think you understand. And see, government is a government that shoots, indiscriminately. That is, they're not selective. At the innocent youth in Lekito gates. While terrorists and bandits, they go to them and negotiate with them. Courtesy, Akim from Israel. They negotiate with terrorists and bandits while you are boisterous, rampaging youth. You could not call them and say, ask them, my son, my children, my sons and daughters, what do you want? No, they shot at them. But they give Boko Haram amnesty. They give bandits, they campaign for amnesty for bandits, and they have done that. While you, the youth, that is trying to express yourself, your grievances, they could not call you and ask you what do you want. They can only shoot. They were playing politics. They play politics without panel. Lai Mohammed called the panel monkey panel. He finished Sanwo-Olu and his government. Lai Mohammed could not take a well-constituted panel of inquiry on what transpired last year or 2 years ago at Lekito Gate. Lai Mohammed could not accept it. Are you listening to me? That is the kind of government we run here. Yes. Causing pacus everywhere. Piggly, I don't come again. Political cancro. Okay. All over the country. Finally, I didn't understand. Anyway, I thank God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit that has brought us this way. Like I always tell my guys, fellow Christian brothers, I don't pray for Nigeria anymore, but I pray for Nigerians. We don't pray for Nigeria as an entity because while you are praying, the Nigerian politicians are busy looting. They don't see your prayer as anything. That's why it seems as if prayer is not working when we pray for this arrangement called Nigeria. Then again, I advise youths, everybody, to go and get his PVC ready. Get his PVC ready because majority is what carries the votes. Okay. It's not by noise making, it's not by distribution of money or any other things. But your dynamism, your strength, you are right. It's your voter's card.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rav, I have Mr. Samuel. Good morning, Mr. Samuel.
Mr. Christian, good morning. Yeah. Good morning.
We are still dwelling on the adulterated petrol. The current government imports 300 million liters of petrol to address the alleged 100 million liter adulterated petrol.
Well, Mr. Christian, good morning. Good morning, viewers at home. If you are not in Nigeria, and there was one white man I came along with in VI. He said anytime he leaves the country, he has stayed in Nigeria for over 20 years. If you want to laugh, he will just go online and read Nigerian news or tune his channel. In the UK, or anytime he travels between UK and US, to Nigerian stations to make sure he listens to African news. The white guy, he will start laughing because it is a comedic relief, especially when you are depressed. It's like a documentary of animal kingdom, a combination of animalistic tendencies, and that is why you see. According to Barrister Dr. Koka, which happened to be my lecturer at University of Afemi Awolowo University, Faculty of Law, he said in 2012 that Nigeria is a country that everything is possible, nothing is impossible. So in Waka Waka TV, where we analyze some of these issues, in fact, in the evening, we are going to upload a new analysis of a consistent failing pattern in Nigeria. Christian, the 300 liters you mentioned, has it landed?
What has happened to the 100 liters?
No.
Who has been?
Wait. Let's even.
We're not concerned about the 300.
Oh no, wait. I'm going to the 100 liter. The 300 that is coming. Has it landed? Has it been distributed to petrol stations? So how is it going to caution the effect and the ineffectiveness that a regulatory agency called NNPC, the so-called cabal, was supposed to have checked before you start. That is what they call the regulatory agency. You see, stupidity and insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But what do you see? Because Nigerians have gotten to a situation whereby we elevate and clap for mediocrity and ineffectiveness in governance. Nobody will be sacked. They will sweep it under the ground as usual, and everybody will go normal. God go fight for us. Amen. That is all. Now, what will happen to the numbers of cars that have been knocked down? What is going to happen to the queues? Because this petroleum, whatever, has resulted to so many things in Nigeria. Had it been the so-called adulterated fuel was for aviation fuel, and you are flying in the air, Christian, what will happen? So what will happen? Nigeria will come out, presidential directive to investigate, presidential committee or panel of inquiry. Then after the panel of inquiry, they will adopt a white paper. Then after the white paper, they will constitute a special committee for initializing or taking action on the committee report. Then the committee report will pass through an inquiry stage whereby, see, the madness of running around the circle when we know that they will sweep everything under the carpet is obvious. That is the attribute of Nigeria, a failing state that consistently, constantly, and continually will fail. Your action will determine if you're going to pass or fail. So in Waka Waka TV, you can subscribe and like the channel. We are doing a comprehensive break. That is not the first time it's happening in Nigeria. In China, there was a train mishap. The minister resigned. In Nigeria, you hear excuse upon excuse. Minister of Petroleum is the presidency. That president that you are seeing that is working like my grandfather like this. Can he administrate a local government? He's the minister of petroleum. He's the one that will handle the whole petroleum. Does he even understand? If you give him a paper on petroleum, that, oh, this is what this actually means. Then listening to these people, how sound are they? Can they handle a proper WhatsApp group and regulate the rules and regulations in those groups? But because he has the northern sympathy, the northern numbers, so some hypocrites in the name of politicians have to queue behind him. Then what they are doing is to defend him and defend him and defend the indefensible. Then the next thing you hear is a promise us presidency. Since it's their father's house, they'll be using it to make a common negotiation. It is worrisome that a failed nation, irrespective of the actions of the intention, will fail, because that is the end direction of that nation. It is worrisome.
Nobody has resigned. Nobody has prosecuted. They are talking about bringing out 300 million liters of fuel. Is that really what you're supposed to do when they heard about this adulterated?
That's what I'm saying, that who is in position of checking the quality control of petroleum before coming in? There's an office. People are there. So what happened that they did not do their duty and it's resulting to this? But what do you see? They will go to some mushroom channel station with their prepared question and answer, and they'll go and say the indefensible, say they are gibberish of what should happen. Nobody will be sacked. Nobody will be called upon. Nobody will be questioned. Then at the end of the day, they will not come back and tell you, oh, the presidential committee has taken action and there is a subcommittee to initiate action. And you will see some insane people. Even on this group, I was seeing one, I will call out names, we don't care. It's not easy to come out in public and stand, your face is shown. Is it Taiwo or whatever, or Adulterated Petrol? He was calling Mr. Raf attention seeker. I challenge him in an open debate. He's not intellectually sound than Mr. Raf. You see, when you have illiterates holding their keypad that don't have faces, typing to intellectuals, it is what it those are the kind of people that government pays.
I think it's not Mr. Raf, it's not Yoba.
Who was he talking? I really don't care who he's talking about, because I've always noticed his comments on some other person. He attacks unnecessarily. So if he's so smart, he should come out and let his face known. If he's a patriot, he should say things the way it is. Sample opinion. I was listening to David while I was on the road. What's the time? People are jobless in Nigeria, very intellectual people. That's why you have irresponsible men. You wake up in the morning, you don't get work. You come and live and know your wife no beat you, just like David said. Then go back in the evening and fulfill all rights for them. Then you now have somebody that they've stolen funds or they've carried money from somewhere to send overseas, will now sit somewhere and be typing rubbish. Either through stolen money or through one means of money. They will now be typing rubbish as if that is how UK and US is. It is some of these stupid people. We need to call them out and correct them. Because when you don't correct them openly, that is how they'll turn to leaders and they'll still exemplify stupidity. So it is now you start to correct the stupidity when it's still young.
You look at, Zuma.
Yeah, the footballer, yes, about the cats.
How the system is working there. But this one is a national disgrace. This is terrorism on Nigerian people.
Well,
yeah, they are saying we apologize. We are looking into it. The normal stories that we get. I don't know what we should expect from this government.
Now, you see, if we want to talk about this government from the headlines you see, one will just start crying. Because sometimes, as a person, when you hear some people say, "Oh, one Nigeria, there's hope, Nigeria will be great," it shows their level of naivety, their level of mediocrity. Some of them are just in those countries or those hide and seek locations just because of privilege, not because they're better than so many people. So, if you check things that is making people talk, there are things that ordinarily no any reasonable person is supposed to complain about. If the nation is meant to be the way it is, read all the headlines from what you have. You have so many. Which one is a good news? They went to do arrange of some foreign nationals. I heard when you were reading that.
Yeah. People are ex-Americans, Europeans, others are foreign Nigerians.
Do you know how many Nigerians apply for American citizenship in a year? Do you know? Do you know how many Nigerians naturalized? It's the propaganda technique, so that they will tell you that
They didn't do well.
even in lies, they are not intelligent enough to lie better. You don't understand? They are so stupid to the fact that they can't be consistent in giving good lies, so that it will take you like 6 months or 1 year to discover the lies. Now the question you should ask is, on what basis are these people naturalizing or probably acquiring Nigerian citizenship? Is it because they want to get a job in Nigeria? Just like Nigerians normally want to travel to America, even South Africa. Nigerians are starting to go to Mauritius now. So you see people who, for fun, Femi Gbajabiamila and most of our politicians have dual citizenship. Did he make the airline in the US time? No! So those people did this, just like some of the analysts have pointed out. For fun, it's dual citizenship. You can't place Nigeria as the only citizen country they have citizenship. They just, some of them because of business purpose, some of them for personal reasons. Most of them live in Ikoyi and VI. I say in Ajana. We know the people, white man, okay? I'm a Nigerian. He says in Ajah, he has 4 drivers or 3. He has cook. Yeah. So you only use that as a yardstick to just do some few things and gain the passport to travel, so that your immigration will ask them and beg them for money and frustrate them unnecessarily. That's the major essence. But when you now compare Nigerians struggling to even get Ghanaian passport, oh boy, shock go shock you.
Even
Mauritius. South Africa, Nigerians would die there now. Rwanda. Thank God you know. So you're now seeing a bad propaganda technique. They should learn how to lie maturely.
The big question, how did the adulterated petrol get into the country?
A country that money, snake and swallow money. Snake, swallow money. You're not asking how the petrol. A country like the way it normally gets into the country now. Like, why we pass through the normal port, they clear. Some people cleared it that it's good to be used, and they pass through the normal port. Is it not Nigeria? They will sustain their job and they'll still get promotion. Minor. Didn't he get promotion? Somebody that was declared wanted under Jonathan came back under Buhari, got promotion, was carried with the presidential. What about Magu? So what are you telling me? Is it new? Okay. A country that is exemplifying the action of insanity. There is always an action of insanity that you'll be seeing every time.
That's not a true reflection of most Nigerians. Just that the leaders are the ones just putting on the back.
The leaders have brainwashed the people with poverty, illiteracy, ignorance. They control what the curriculum should look like. They control how you should think. So when you see an average sample opinion of average youth, they will tell you, Atiku, Tinubu, these people are sharing money. A friend called me to come and join a WhatsApp group that they will give me money to push for Tinubu. They need sound very brilliant. How does your hungry social media giants in Nigeria, those Nigerians, they paid all of them. So if they notice you are very powerful, you're against them, is it that you don't see anything or you side them? So go and check all. I've checked almost the whole social media on Twitter. I'm actively on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Nobody.
They picked either Atiku or Tinubu because they are paying in millions. So this system was not designed for anything good. Forget the prayer. Forget anything you want. Nothing good. This system you are seeing is meant to be destroyed. It will be destroyed. Either we like it or not. Answers is just an uprising, a coming idea of how the system will be destroyed in totality. Something Testron. Another one will happen that will be worse than answers. I say 70% of all the youth I have known. I'm a member of a union. I'm a member of the National Association of Political Science Students. I'm also a member of the Nigerian Economic and Political Science. So I belong to different groups. I have friends. The current lady that is contesting for the post of the presidency, I have somebody that is the spokesperson that knows her very well. The master student. We are in the same group, WhatsApp group. I'm telling you that most of them have been paid to either support Tinubu or Atiku. Most of the you forget all this. In fact, somebody has invited. They've added.
I will ignore the headline because I don't give them publicity.
Okay.
Yeah, give it them. When you mention somebody's name over again, somehow it spreads. Yeah, give them publicity. Because I don't think they deserve any kind of publicity from the masses.
You're right.
AFDB laments of Africa's GDP by 165 billion naira in 2020. 26 million people were pushed into poverty, and why 30 million people into unemployment within the period.
Well, I don't even know how accurate that statistics is. Because I was going through the headline, I was not able to read it in details. I doubt that figure. The poverty level is higher, and the worst is yet to come. You see, when you have a continent or a set of so-called leaders, ethnic warlords, who portray themselves as leaders, there are no clear-cut idea of economic policy in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. There are no clear-cut vision of how to move a nation forward. So you now hear them bringing up hypocrisy to justify a different standard of what is not observable anywhere in the world. That is what you see. That is what you see. So the point is, whoever is in position of leadership, especially in some African countries are getting it right. Economic policy like what Dubai did, Singapore, Malaysia, some of these countries came to collect palm frond in Nigeria years back, I think Malaysia, and they are the largest exporter of oil palm. So what now happened to the country that even gave them the palm frond? You're looking at the no, I don't respond to a dollar who don't even know their faces. You don't respond to people who are not intellectually sound. You don't engage in everybody in conversation. That's just the basic truth.
Look at what do you think is best for now. What do you think is best for now?
Yeah, the best is yet to come, because if you look at another headline, I don't know if you're reading it, about the case of Atiku in court, about the certificates issue. I don't know if you read that.
I didn't see it yet.
No, it should be Check Tribune or Punch. He's in court. That in recent time, that the court was talking about the case of Buhari certificate. It's in one of the dailies, if you check very well, because I think I read it this morning. Yes. So now, people have already speculated that maybe they will sworn in Atiku as the next president, because the court will discover that there was nothing like military board. Buhari claimed the certificate was a military board. Let me just explain. Now, there's nothing like the military board if you listen to what the court said. I haven't gone through. So the lawyers who took the case to court now said, since there was nothing like that, it was an erroneous information that the court should declare the affidavit Buhari claimed that his certificate is with the military, null and void, in order to give space to the second runner, which is Atiku Abubakar, to be ordered still in appeal court. So some conspiracy theories have said it simply means that if it goes the way it's going with what is on ground, Atiku might be sworn in as the next president, and if he's sworn in, he will use his normal 4 years, which is constitutional. So that's another conspiracy that people are already raising in it. But in Nigeria, anything is possible. So that is why in the coming election, I find it difficult to believe a youth will win the election.
I don't believe.
No, you can't have the money, you don't have the structure, you don't have the cultists, you don't have the police, you don't have the money, you don't have the traditional institution. They will go and share jeeps for all your traditional rulers. They will share jeep for your pastors and afar. They will share jeep and share money for all the market women. They've started sharing jeep everywhere. They've started sharing. See, when people say you to do a campaign, that person has not campaigned as a councillor before. He has not gotten a friend. I have friends campaign in this place and see. They will move in state wealth and pay one person 10,000, 20,000 to vote for one vote. Then you are campaigning with English. You think Nigeria is a safe society whereby debate or logical conversation win elections? Thank you.
Thank you. I have engineer Kayode. Engineer Kayode, you came early today. I know. You came early today. You came early.
I don't know. I thought that the issue now.
Oh, okay. Our fault. Don't worry. Our fault. Let's look at investigation is ongoing over that fuel of the investigation is ongoing, and they're saying they are going to bring some people to court. What do you expect? They are going to bring some people, arrest, prosecute, bring people to court. What do you expect that the government do when they do their investigation?
You know, I said this thing yesterday. What Nigeria government needs to do, the people that are in charge of this fuel, they should be arrested, take them to court. How come this thing be like this? So that they don't face the panel. If they don't face the panel, they will not know that the country is serious for something. Let them make a sample of something important for this country. Let them do something important. Let them make sample of something, not mouth. Because federal government, they like to say something when they know they cannot do 100 years.
They say they cannot do it. Are you saying they cannot do it?
They cannot do it. They have been saying something for how many years? It's only mouth. Is it not Nigeria? They imprisoned somebody for 12 years. He went to Apiko, that's the old of Kano. They say it's no have any place to go. Is it not Nigeria?
Affect many Nigerians.
Yeah. The money that they are talking about, it did not affect the whole Nigeria. How many people they are jailed for life of this country? Federal government, they can say something, but they are not practicing. Let them do something and practice something. I'm not one to hear say they want. Let them do it and let somebody see it. See is believing. Not that I wanted to do this thing, want to do this thing. I don't do it. Nothing. Many people are making mouth and they need to do something better. Let them do something fast and do something. Let Nigerian people clap for them. Say, these people do this thing. And if they are sheep, and we see something there.
Let's look at 286 Americans, Europeans, others acquire Nigerian citizenship. Do you think that there's something better in Nigeria before they acquire Nigerian citizenship?
Before they say that they have the reason.
Some people are saying that they lie. There's nothing good in that. People are looking to go out. People want to leave the country. How would Americans now want to come to Nigeria and acquire Nigerian citizenship?
You know that this Nigeria is better than America. Forget about what's happening now. Nigeria is better than any other country. Forget what's happening in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria you can eat the way you like. In Nigeria you can move the way you like. All these things cannot do in America like that. They have a minimum for everything in America. You know what I mean now? Nigeria is very okay for everybody to live. Nigeria, you can spend your money the way you like. You cannot spend anyhow in America. Nigeria, you can sit down in the beer parlor and drink the way you like. You cannot do it in America like that. There's many things in Nigeria you can do free. When in America, cannot do it. Look at those people that are selling something in the bus stop. Some of them is only $100 ticket. But in America, I cannot do it. There's no opportunity for you to do that. There's a many ways. Nigeria is okay now. It's not that this one is not okay. It's only the bad leader we have. Because of the bad leader we have. Because of people in this country that like themselves more than the people. Even though your family, somebody have money, God bless the person. I believe that God bless only you. You will take in the rest as a snake. To help out of the family to be in that position that I am, it will be hard to do it. Until Nigeria come back to their sense, let's be helping ourselves and grow. You know, this country, I see that people love money more than God. You get me? And there's no any government, since when I was born, I'm still president. There's no any president Nigeria have. They appreciate. The issue of Nigeria, they don't appreciate anything until when you go. Either you die or you go. They will not be, oh, when this person was president, it's good more than this one. That is Nigeria's method. And we did not help the country by ourselves. Because we need to help the country by ourselves. You need to be sincere for whatever we are doing. You know what I mean? Everybody is not sincere in this country. Everybody is doing anyhow. And if Nigeria can make a very powerful law that they can work in both big and small, it will be better. Nigeria will be okay. Nigeria is very okay. It's a very good country. That means it's only the way we have a bad leader.
Okay, there's a big question. How did the adulterated petrol get into the country?
And that's what I'm saying yesterday now. There's no way this thing enter this country without some people in the chat. It's people that brought this thing enter Nigeria now.
That is NFBC.
Yes. They cannot tell us I don't know anything about it. Am I in the chat? I'm not in the chat. Are you in the chat? People are people in the chat. So the people that in chat, they know what that is. Let them address them and do serious investigation concerning the issue. So the matter between the federal government and those people, I can't say very much about it, but they know what they are doing.
Okay. Lastly, what do you think is best for Nigeria come 2023?
2023, best for Nigeria. Number one is God. This is still God as the number one step. Let all Nigerian citizens be begging God. God give us a good leader. Not that you now say, I want Tinubu, I want Oshibajo. Do you know that maybe Oshibajo you are looking, say, let him come and be a president. He can be in that place. Nigeria works more than this. But if God shoots by himself for us, Nigeria will be okay. Maybe the Tinubu they are hating and say, we don't want Tinubu. Maybe it's one that God wanted to use by his own. Maybe it's one that even helped Nigeria better. Nobody knows. But I just say our own opinion. Get me now? Maybe it's fire me, nobody knows. It's only God know everything more than us. Let's keep on and be asking God to help us. Because many can they come outside. I hear what these guys say, they say, Atiku and this thing, they can give me this thing. Is it possible for this country? The matter they are taking to court, but then go to the Supreme Court, they notify the decree. You now say they are bringing it out. Because the way these people are reasoning in this country, they are reasoning like even reason. What cannot happen? They will, I don't know why some people go to school. Maybe the book they are going to read in the school is the back of the book. Have you ever seen somebody challenge the president of this Nigeria that win the case for the election? It's not possible. Somebody have the power, he holds everything.
Okay. Thank you very much, Engineer Kayode. Thank you for your analysis today.
Thank you, my brother.
Tomorrow. Okay, we've come to the end of Vice and the Newsstand. Thank you very much, Kayode Ego. Thank you very much, Yedoba. Thank you very much, Flavor. FLAB, thank you very much. Ifeoma Dili Ofili, thank you very much. Shoemaker, James Coker, thank you very much. Taiwo Odade, very matured guy. I like him. Thank you very much. Elele Bright, thank you very much. Ademola Tanda, thank you very much. World Views, thank you very much. Jared, thank you. Samuel Shuku Debelu, thank you very much. Sky Skelewu, thank you very much. Alex Anda, thank you. First round chat, thank you. James Coker, thank you. Uche, Jenny, thank you very much for your contribution today. We are bringing it to an end. I am Christian Chuku. This is still by standards on Flip TV. You can see we have people at the bus stop still deliberating. I think it will happen for the next 1 or 2 hours. Bye for now, till tomorrow. As we meet on another edition of Bystanders at the Eastern. Thank you.